What?
My friend, Edon.
Who?
Edon.
Edon.
I told him about our road trip.
Hi, nice to meet
Oh.
He's my Jewish friend.
you. Hello,
Okay,
You've been
yeah.
in Israel, in the Holy
I
Land?
want to so bad. I haven't though.
I see so many people walking and cry in the street, just crying and crying. Because Jesus, they go into the holy place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. I live like 25 minutes from the place that they say that you're walking on the sea, the Galilee,
Yeah.
and on the holy place for you guys.
So they say that for some reason out of your not the Torah but out of the books of the prophets, for some reason they took out Isaiah 53. You guys never read Isaiah 53 in your.
What is it?
It says this. It says, "Surely He has borne our griefs." But then if you go to Psalms 22 from David the prophet, David's calling out and he says, "I am poured out like water. All my bones are out of joint. You have brought me to the dust of death, and my tongue clings to my jaw. My heart melts like wax. The evil congregation, they encircle me, and they pierce my hands and feet." And you go, whoa, what the heck is that talking about? Why would David be saying this, right? So the Christians, we look at that verse, and it was the verse that Jesus said, that's the Messiah. This is Abdelmo from Brazil.
Nice to meet you.
So you got the prophecies that talk about the Messiah coming. And you look at those scriptures, and when you ask the Jews, ask the rabbis what it means, they're very mixed up on those verses. Psalms 22 and Isaiah 53.
All the time. They mix what they want.
Well, because they're going, it either has to be Israel, that they're going to get bruised, that they're going to get wounded for the transgressions, the wrongs that they did, that God is going to crush them, or it's a single person that saves the whole world, that his sins, that God will crush him and he'll be a sin offering for the whole world. The crazy thing about it is that since the beginning of time, when Adam and Eve sinned, right, what did God do for them when they took of the fruit and they ate? It says that they put leaves of what do you call it? Leaves of fig leaves on them, right? To hide their shame because they had sinned against God. But God says He took skin and He covered them with skin, clothing. That was just the start of God showing Adam and Eve offerings, right? Because then we had Cain and Abel, the story of Cain and Abel. And the first fruits came, and what did they do? When the crops came and the fruits came, it says in your Torah, it says there in Genesis, that they made an offering unto the Lord, Cain and Abel. Abel made an offering of his first fruit of his animal, and Cain got the first of the harvest, brought it before God, and God was displeased with Cain. And He was happy with Abel. Cain got mad, and guess what he did? Do you remember? He killed him. He killed his brother. The first time blood hit the ground, and it says it cried out to God, murder.
And how much blood from this moment we have on the ground?
Oh, but think about this. It carries on, right? All of a sudden, there's Abraham and Ur. God calls Abraham, and He says, "I want you to go to a land that I will give you. As many as the stars of the sea, I'm going to make you a nation." And as He began to test Abraham, He says, "But I want you to grab your son, Abraham, your only son, not Ishmael, Isaac. He's the promised child.
Correct.
And I want you to take him up to the mountaintop. And I want you to sacrifice him on the altar for me," right? But as soon as he came down with the knife, God says, "I know your heart." I'm thinking, this is awesome. In the Torah, it says this in Genesis. It says that God told Abraham, "I will provide a sacrifice for you, Abraham. It's not your son. I'll provide the sacrifice." And Abraham looks, and in the field, guess what there was? A goat, a ram, right?
Not a lamb.
Yeah, a ram. And he made a sacrifice unto God, right? So during the whole time, we see that there's always this blood spilt as God continued for a sacrifice to make it right, a covenant, to make it an agreement. But the big one was this. When God told Moses, listen, I want you to get a lamb. I'm going to take you out of Egypt. You guys got to believe in me by faith. Trust in me. The angel of death is going to come over the city. I want you to get a lamb. Celebrate the Passover. I want you to grab that lamb and put the blood down. And then I want you to put it on the posts.